check it out. Give it a shot. I talked about it in one of the podcasts, and I was talking about the trailer or whatever, and I remember saying that it was like swords and guns, and there are no guns. I don't know where I got guns from. I mean, there wasn't even a gun in the trailer, but I think my small brain just inserted guns because I think guns are cool or some shit. But there are no guns. It's just swords and martial arts, and it's phenomenal. And it's got a really deep Bible and rule book that's put together. I mean, the person that made this world is absolutely phenomenal. I'm going to do some research and try and figure out who's behind this, because whatever they do from now on, I'm on board. This shit is awesome. Check it out. It's only on episode 4 right now, 5 this weekend. And, it's really good stuff. Really, really good stuff. The other thing that I'm watching that, I kind of started off watching and thinking it was all right and gave up on it, and now I'm back into it, is Supergirl, man. This is a show that really just, it's the little engine that could, because at first I was like, this is good and it's got its little, things that it needs to tweak and make better. But it was really just a lot of setup. And it's the thing that I always preach. When you watch a show, don't judge it on the first episode or the second episode. Just keep giving it a shot until it actually picks up. And this really picked up. This did it. This is one of the shows that actually pays off if you stick around. Supergirl rocks it. This is a great, great cast. They play off each other well. The writing is excellent. It's a Greg Berlanti show. So, if you're into The Flash, if you're into Arrow, then Supergirl is one of the shows that actually fits that mold. It's the same type of show. You get the same feeling. It's got a lot of feel-good emotion to it. And it also has a lot of, sense of betrayal and some subterfuge and some stuff that's happening behind the scenes that you really want to know more about. It asks a lot of questions that aren't going to be answered in the first season, but you really want to be along for the ride when that stuff happens and you actually get a solid, resolution to some of these things. So check it out. Give it a shot. It's really awesome. I finished Scream Queens too. Oh my God, I almost forgot about this. I wanted to talk about it. I texted Tony about it. I was like, dude, I just finished it up, wrapped up the last episode today because I was behind by about 2 weeks or whatever. So I know I'm a little bit behind the times, and I'm talking about a show that wrapped up a week ago or two. But this show was awesome, man. It was funny. It was well written. It was smart. The characters you end up kind of caring about, but it's not one of those shows. It's not one of those shows where you get deep into character development, but you do have your favorites because they're all very big personalities. So, you got all these facets of personality that are expanded upon and turned into one character, and you end up loving them. For me, it's Chad Radwell and what's her name there, Denise Hempfield. Those are my two favorites in the show. It's a show that doesn't really take itself seriously. It pokes fun at the horror genre, and it does it so well. I can't wait for season 2, and I think if you skip this, it's a silly mistake that you're making, especially if you're into comedy and horror, because this show just kills it. The visuals and the special effects are top notch. The dialogue is off the chain. They did a really good job with this. And it's not just like a girly show or anything like that. It's actually really, really, really well done. It's from the same people that did American Horror Story. Imagine that. Ryan Murphy. This is a guy who is very creative and well-rounded, I guess. I mean, you got a guy. This is somebody involved with Glee, American Horror Story, and now Scream Queens, and other stuff. I mean, I'm sure he's done other stuff. These are the things that I know about. But American Horror Story every year is something that's different, right? It's always something different. It's part of the horror genre, right? And then you've got this, which is a very funny show that picks on horror, and that really picks apart the horror genre. And then you've got Glee, which is the complete opposite of a horror show, which I don't know much about, but I can tell you it's definitely not horror. Otherwise, I would probably watch it, right? So, yeah. Anyway, dude, Scream Queens, Supergirl, Into the Badlands. Check them out. I'm going to try and do some things, on the show, maybe throw together some reviews and stuff like that. Scream Queens is going to be tough, though, to do a review for. I'll probably do Supergirl and Into the Badlands first, but Scream Queens, I mean, that's a show that was so all over the place that it'll be really difficult because there was a lot of stuff involved. It was a very drawn-out mystery on top of being a comedy. So there were a lot of things that were kind of like, misdirects that were placed throughout the entire series. So it's going to be tough to write a review for, so I'm not even probably going to attempt to do it. But I can tell you from the bottom of my heart that it is worth every minute that you invest in watching it because it's hilarious. All right? And remember, Chad Radwell, probably the best comedic character that I've seen created for something like this or a spoof in a very long time. Dude is fucking hilarious. You know what's not hilarious, though? The fact that I have to say goodbye to you all right now because I'm done. We're all out of topics. We're all out of stuff to talk about for the time being. Next week, we're going to have a bunch more shit to talk about, obviously, because of Star Wars, as I mentioned. That's going to be a lot of fun. Please come back and, keep checking us out. You check us out on redbeardpodcast.com, at Redbeard Podcast on Twitter. You can find us on Facebook, the Redbeard Podcast. You can find us on YouTube. You can find us on wherever the fuck